Whether you're looking to tone up or just tighten up and stay in shape, right now we're joined by Virginia Mihalik, who brought along some friends to show a few exercises that you can incorporate into your fitness regime. We welcome everyone to Virginia this morning. This is a team from VCU, Kinesiology and Health Sciences. This is a really awesome way to kind of get active, target some areas, but you don't have to have equipment. I love to be able to do workouts like this. Welcome, everybody. Ryan and Lauren, nice to see you, Miss Virginia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great to be here.
Thanks for coming in. All right, let's get started. So, Virginia, you've got some ideas for us to be able to get together, tone up, tighten up, and not have to fuss with a bunch of extra equipment.
Yeah, so we just wanted to go over a couple practical exercises you could do at home, you know, during commercial breaks or in between meals that don't require any equipment. So we'll go ahead and just get started.
Let's do it.
So the first thing, we're gonna kind of work from lower to upper.
Okay.
Hit the core in between there. So we're gonna do a body weight squat and a glute bridge.
Okay.
So Ryan here is gonna demonstrate the body weight squat. Yeah, so just simple and practical if you can do it again. Something you could do at home, super simple, keeping that nice angle, not, you know, stressing our joints or anything. Doing 10 to 12 reps, even 15 to 20 to kind of get your heart rate up and get your body moving.
A lot of people are saying, okay, I mean, getting up and down's a challenge for, you know, quite a few of us, especially if you're maybe a little bit older or you're inactive. We all read about the dangers of sitting too long, right? So does that kind of counterbalance, and do you have to have good balance to do it? Like, I'm a little nervous, right? Like, you just kind of sit down and go for it?
You do, and it's a challenging exercise for beginners, and you might feel like you're gonna fall over, and that means you're doing it right.
Okay.
Because when you do the squat, the first thing that you wanna do is you wanna move the hips back. So you move the hips back and then you sit down, and you really wanna make sure the knees don't go forward.
Don't go over. See, that's where
Yeah, and you don't wanna put stress.
Okay.
And so one of the things that you can actually do to help with this, that looks really good, actually. Your form looks really good.
Pretty good.
And so if you're a beginner, one of the things you can also do is you find a wall and you can just sit on that wall and get your body used to sitting in that position with the knees not going over the toes.
Okay, but it's real important to keep those knees back.
Absolutely.
So you're not kneeling over the toes.
So if you think about the load impact on the knees, if you sit back in the hips and really going into your to your leg muscles, that's what you want. If you go forward into the knees, you're really putting a lot of stress on those joints, and that's what we don't want.
Okay, great exercise.
It is a great exercise. Total body exercise, works your core as well.
Excellent. All right, next up, I can get up and do that during the breaks.
We're gonna go ahead and do what's called a glute bridge.
Okay.
So the glute bridge is something you can do on the floor. Lauren here is gonna demonstrate it. You're gonna lay flat, hands by your side, and lift your legs, or your hips, excuse me. Up and down. Once again, you can do several reps. Really great for the glutes and your posterior chain, and keeping it stable. You can even switch to one leg at a time to add some extra weight on it.
Okay.
But once again, something easy to do at home, working that back area.
I feel like I want to try this, but I've got some extra odds and ends that I need to reposition to do that.
Yes.
And these both are great exercises, obviously no equipment, but almost, you know, does this do a little cardio too, because you're working those to some degree?
So one of the things you can do to kind of get that cardio effect is you can take less rest time in between your sets, and you can maybe speed up your pace a little bit to get that cardiovascular benefit.
I'm working for you folks here on the floor. Okay.
So what you want to do is just make sure you keep your heels on the ground. You're actually going to push through your heels to raise your hips off the ground.
All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Good. And then you're going to drop them back down. And to make this a little bit tougher, what you can do is not let your hips rest on the ground when you go back down, but get them really, really close to the ground. Good.
So don't drop every time.
That's
okay,
right.
now you mentioned a one-leg alternative. So like this?
Yes.
Woo! Jeez, oh man.
And if you're really advanced and you're really, really strong, what you can do is you can actually put your feet up on a chair or a bench and do elevated glute bridges, and those are even more challenging.
All right. I hope the program's coming back on, because if that was the longest commercial break ever, I don't know. These are great exercises, guys. Do you work with everybody coming into the department, or who are you targeting with kinesiology?
So our main focus is on chronic disease. A lot of our students in our department either go clinical, they may go strength and conditioning, so we target various populations. Our research is very focused on chronic disease and exercise management.
Great stuff. Great during the holidays too. These, you know,
really
get
great.
up and burn a little of that stress off. Thanks for the demo, guys. I'm feeling it. My legs are a little shaky.